Are we good? Are we recording? Yes, we are. Perfect. Okay, so we're doing something different today. This is my second take because my brother was stupid and decided to interrupt like the jerk he is. Anyway, this is the Lego Peach starter course. I'm going to go through everything from the least interesting to most interesting as we go along. So tiles, non-interactable stuff, then interactable stuff, and then characters, and then the new interactable stuff, because the new interactable stuff is the more important thing in the wave, I would argue, because not everyone will buy every starter course. Now, if you buy every starter course and just the starter courses, then you'll be okay, but if you don't, then you need to be okay on that front as well. And I think you would be, maybe. So, I'm gonna start with the plates. Oh yeah, we are doing something different today. I'm doing this. Usually I do a Scott the Woz type video, or at least a Scott the Woz inspired video. This time, I'm doing more of a Sakurai Presents type of thing, and I'm gonna see what sticks. So these are the tiles that this set comes with. Um, these are the green tiles, at least, to compare it to the Mario starter course. Because this one, I would argue, is a more remixed Mario starter course, and chances are you could just replace Peach with Mario and say it's Mario starter course, and it would probably pass. I mean, they're aesthetically they look pretty much the same, um, with a few minor differences. But these are the green plates. If you're a diehard purist like myself, and plates are very important because you don't want to use any from your Lego collection for whatever reason. Maybe you're like me and weird like that. Um, but um, you get 6 green plates. Not bad. As for blue plates, you get a 2x4 and 3 8x2s, 2x8s, same difference. This could be a little bit strange, but I don't like this. I don't like how they were a little bit inconsistent, because we go from 6 to 4 down to 2, and I don't like that. There are only 2 lava tiles, and if you're gonna go all the way with just 3 colors, you may as well just go with those 3 colors. To me, at least, there's no point to not do a whole lot. But that's just me. As for the, I'll count that as an interactable. I didn't before, but I will now. Just fix that up. So next we have. Oh, by the way, if I didn't make it obvious, I classify the Lego Mario sets into 4 different things. The plates, of course, that connect all the modules. The interactable elements like the stickers, and then the characters, of course. So I'm going in order. Now we have the non-interactable modules. We have the tower. Not bad, actually. I'm a bit of a fan of the tower, not gonna lie. I'm a little confused why they only used brick there and not there or there. That is not a mistake. That is actually how it's built in the instructions. To me, it could have went the whole 9 yards, but oh well, it's not too big of an issue. I don't have a lot of nitpicks with this one. In my eyes, this is the better of the starter courses. Even though you don't get 11 scannable stickers like in the Lego Luigi starter course, um, you do get 9, which is 2 more than Mario. And you get like almost over 100 more pieces than Mario. I think it's like 112 if memory serves me correct, so it's not bad. Then we have, okay, so these are the 3 default tiles that kind of teach you about how Lego Peach works. You scan them, and that's how it appears. So that's lava, and that's water, and that's grass. Welcome to my TED Talk. But it's very simple. Um, the basic Lego colors. Then we have, I'll do the T thingy next. So this is a little bit of a tea party, I guess you could say. There is a checkered design on the table. I know it's really hard to see, and I hope you can see that good on camera. It is alternating between, I think that's yellow and white. I am colorblind, forgive me. And the cups do in fact fit in Mario's hands, and therefore they fit in Luigi's hands and Peach's hands. As you can see, having a creepy cup of coffee because Lego Mario is scary. So, oh goodness, I almost just tipped everything over. So, like, not bad. It is pretty cute, I'm not gonna lie. And if you just want something to spice up your course, maybe make it look a little bit better, not bad. Then we have the mushrooms, and this is actually pretty exciting. So, for whatever reason, they still cannot scan this color. I'm a little surprised that they didn't go that route this time, since the last different colored thing was last year. But whatever, I guess. Um, the mushroom build, it does make a lot of sense, this one, and even the shorter one to an extent. It's kind of all I have to say about it. I like that they're adding this kind of sky biome in this way. Then lastly, we have one of the more interesting ones. This is the launcher. You take the lava bubble and then you use this to launch it. It is pretty cool, and it's how you take down the main boss. It's also pretty surprising to realize that this is the first time the lava bubble has appeared since the first wave. So for a while, you couldn't even buy this character for 6 months from an actual set. Absolutely mind-boggling. But you hit it, and he flies. Is there a camera delay? A little bit, yeah. Huh. Like I said, this is new today. At least the camera delay on my side. Maybe not on your side. Actually, I don't think so. Never mind. I'm just full of it. So now we go on to the Interactables, and I'm gonna start with the ones that are main in every starter course. So these are your main objects. They come in every starter course, so you can just buy one and you'd be okay. Of course, there's the start pipe. This starts your course. This starts it at the 60 seconds. However, what I find interesting is that if you include another pipe, which I forgot to grab when I moved to this area, now I'm in a completely separate room from my warp pipe. This is a mess. But any warp pipe, even if it was the one from the Resnor knockdown, the 30-second one, or even the airship cannon and the Lego Luigi's Mansion start, they will all add 15 seconds if you step on them, which is cool. Not the one that you originally started. Then there is, of course, the question block. This is a random thing. They didn't really add anything. Oh, I got 10 coins from that. And then there is, of course, the finish flag. Not bad. When you end the level, a little jingle will play. Different jingle will play if you get 100 coins or more. And it just shows the screen, and if you got less than 10 coins, then the characters just smile. So, now I'm going to move on to the characters, because I'd argue that they're not as interesting as the new Interactables, except for maybe Lego Peach, because she's an interactive figure. So, the first one is the lava bubble. I'm going to try to do this and maybe focus it that way. I don't think it works. Never mind. This is the lava bubble. It is the first one that appeared. It's the same design. Did I build mine wrong, actually? I don't think the triangle is supposed to be back there. Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. Anyway, say that, like, I know for me, when I first updated my Mario to just the Luigi update a year ago, he was bricked. Like, he just would not connect at all. Well, he connected to the app, of course, but he always needed an update, and it took until after Luigi released to finally be able to use Mario, which for me was like, are you kidding me? But Luigi worked with all the sets up to that point, and I'm happy to say that Peach does the same. As well, if you don't update your figures, Mario and Luigi can interact with this, the question block, and the flag just fine, assuming that you just updated to the Luigi's Mansion update. But that's the lava bubble. There's not really much I can talk about for a one-hit enemy. This is Toad, specifically Yellow Toad. It's the same face print as Toadette, and he's using the walking legs. I don't think he's all that bad. I think Toad is pretty good, especially in yellow form. The more Toads, the better. And this is the first time that we're kind of getting Toad in a cheaper option other than the character packs, which not everyone, including myself, gets. So this is a nice way for people that just buy the starter courses I dropped the base for people who just buy the starter courses to get a decent option to grab a Toad. Now, as for how Toad works, you just scan the tile and you just get a couple of coins. It's the same as most other interactions, even the Yoshi one from Mario's House and Yoshi, because that is apparently a different Yoshi from um, the new one, which is kind of cool. And I think if they keep going in that way, then most people won't be too upset about the re-releases of the characters. Next, we have Lemmy, and I must say, Lemmy's build is actually really good. I like how they did the shell because I didn't realize it, but Lemmy's shell is smaller, so they went with this rounder option instead. I also like how they built the hair, building it on a hinge, so you can't do that. It's pretty funny, but it also works really well. It centers it on the head really good. The build for the wand is also not bad. This time it's shooting stuff. The other ones before it weren't, so I can't complain too much. The face print is really good. Same with the eyes, as well as the shell. And I think overall, Lemmy is my favorite Koopaling, so maybe there's some bias showing. But this is probably really good. It's definitely built better than how they built Ludwig. um, Now, Lemmy is a bit of a special case because instead of going down in 5 hits like Bowser Jr., or 8 like Boom Boom, he goes down in 6. Not bad. I think as a boss, when it's a wave that's not as focused on co-op, I find, um, or at least doesn't have to introduce you to it, I think 6 hits is good enough. Boom Boom makes sense at 8. Bowser Jr. I wish was up to a bit more, especially if the Koopalings are all at 6, but what can you do? And then lastly, there is the main character, Peach. Peach is super dead inside when turned off, and you should see how she looks in the box. So, when you first get Peach, oh, by the way, if your Peach has gaps between the arm and the main body, I know it's really out of focus there. That is not an error. Apparently, they just made them like that for whatever reason. But Peach comes out of the box looking actually terrifying. Um, she is very creepy looking, and I knew when she was revealed that she would be creepy looking, but I didn't realize just how much of nightmare fuel she is. This is how she looks when she comes out of the box. Absolutely terrifying. As you can guess, these pins are for the power packs, and she works with all of them, which is very surprising to me because when Peach was first revealed, I, much like many others, thought that she would not work with the previous power packs, especially since they made a Cat Peach power up, um, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, when Peach is turned on, that's when it's different. They included the little gem from her dress, by the way. I'm sorry if this is out of focus, which is pretty cool. She is taller, and it might be hard because of the camera angle. She is taller than Mario, and she is taller than Luigi, uh, even with all their hats on. And if you take all their hats off, she is taller. Luigi is only taller than Peach if they all take their hats off, which I think is weird. Well, Peach doesn't have a hat; she has a crown. Of course, just like Mario and Luigi, you can make Mario wear Peach's dress and Peach wear Mario's overalls. Same thing with Luigi. As for why you want to do that, I have no idea. Now, surprisingly, this wave does not add a 3-player. I'm kind of shocked that it doesn't. Um, so, okay, somehow they're all linked though, so that's kind of surprising to me. If I kill an enemy, who reacts? No one does. Okay, well, um, there's not supposed to be 3 players. But this is a bit of a surprise because they all have. Peach has the Bluetooth icon on her chest. Same thing with Mario, and same thing with Luigi. So I am a little bit confused because even in the app they tell you no 3-player pretty much. They just show 2-player. But if I stomp. Okay, so the order is wrong. Okay, Luigi and Peach were synced up, and Mario was synced up to Luigi. So there is kind of a three-player thing going on, but it is most definitely a glitch. Anyway, um, it works better when there's not three people. I'm going to reconnect these guys. Okay, apparently they don't want to. You will connect. Okay, we're getting there. Almost. They're staring into my soul, which I don't like. Alright, I'm going to turn them off and turn them back on. So there is still two-player, and Peach works with both Mario and Luigi, which is very good because of some of the Interactables. So I'm just going to move Mario over to there. I'm assuming that chances are there's going to be a Daisy stereo course next. That would make the most sense. Still recording, right? Yeah. I assume that it will make the most sense if they're doing Peach. They may as well do Daisy next since they can't do an interactive Toad figure. So chances are, Luigi would make sense with that. And I would imagine then they might do four-player because three players are a bit finicky. But even then, I can understand from a technical standpoint why they don't have three-player. Anyway, so this is the next interactive object, if you want to call it that. So it's the swing, and it's so cool. I'm going to turn Mario off. I'm going to save the battery. Can't get there we go, the berries out. So there is a spot for the berry on the swing, this fruit, which I will get into in a second. Goes right there. However, when you're transporting this, it's like, oh no, I didn't even intentionally move it there. It actually just fell. But like maybe you're trying to move it around, then you move a little bit, no, it just falls, and now it's lost. So I like to stab it into the flower on the swing. So Peach, I'm gonna get to the fruit first, I guess. So Peach can eat the fruit, and then when she eats it, she gets sparkles on the screen on her stomach, and then when she scans that same color, she'll get coins for it, even if it's a dangerous color. All that time she ran out of sparkles, but still, I think it's pretty cool. Why did I turn Peach off? Whatever. Um, there is more to play with that berry, and I'll show in a second. Now, as for this swing, Peach swings back and forth, and she can also fly off like that. I guess I didn't have her snapped on good enough. Let's really snap her on there. I'm just not doing it. Maybe I'm not doing it fast enough. There we go. She's really on there. If you go all the way around, like I tried to do. Okay, since she keeps popping off, I'm going to demonstrate by holding down. So, if you swing around like this fully, then you'll get a couple of extra coins. Otherwise, if you're just swinging lightly, you'll still get a few coins. I just can't do it apparently. Maybe the dress is loose or something. I don't know. Now it's time for the fun part, the two-player mechanic. Because this wave introduces this idea of gifting. Okay, Mario's on. It introduces this idea of gifting and berries, which I guess is strange. So, let me explain. They're connected, right? I'm using my AirPods to communicate, so I'm checking the recording to make sure that they're not messing with it. So now they're connected. Everything that Mario and Luigi could do, they can do as well. Like kill enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get extra coins for it. So here's the unique gifting mechanic. In this box right here, you hit the top off, which I can't do, and then you hit the box out, and there's this gift basket. And the crazy part about it is that it actually is a box, so if you want to use it, if you're Lego minifigures, you can. The instructions tell you to put a flower inside. Interesting. I guess they don't want it to be just completely empty. So, you take a berry, and you take a box. Say that Mario eats this berry. And you drop them. Mario can then scan the box to put the berry inside. very cool. So right now, Mario now no longer has the berry. The berry is inside the box. So Peach can come along and scan the box and get the berry. And she can eat it. And then say she's done with it. She can put it back in the box and then give it to Mario. You know, something like that. It's actually a very cool mechanic, but I wish they expanded upon it a little more because you can't gift mushrooms. So you can see that is the half eaten berry, and then Mario can finish the berry off. Now, then, oh, when Mario eats the berry, by the way, if the berry was gifted, then they both get the sparkles, so then they can both stand on the lava. And that's very cool. Speaking of lava, let's get the lava in here. So Mario eats the berry, but let's say that Mario really hates Peach today, and he just wants her to die. Mario can burn the berry in lava and step off. So you can see that berry is burnt. That berry is steaming. It is not a good berry. So then Mario puts it in the gift box, and then he gives it to Peach. And Peach is not very happy, and Mario's reaction is also somewhat funny. And then when Peach eats it, she is not a fan. Now, these berries are also pretty cool because, say, you're lonely like myself, and no one wants to use these things with you, then you can take the berry and... Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, you can spam the berry. You can just keep scanning it, and it will just keep appearing on the screen. Anyway, even in a regular course, it does that, and I don't know why. It's a little bit overpowered. But Peach can give the berry to one of these. I'm going to use the... Never mind, I'm going to use the base. Peach can then give this berry to one of the characters. And get a few extra coins from it. Then scan that character and get those coins as well. So it's kind of like 5 coins plus the 5 coins for talking to them initially. So it's very cool. Now with all that done, let's build a course. And I'm only going to be playing with it in first player, in one player, one single player, lonely. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to put the berry in the flower. I also got to be mindful that you can only see a limited space, so I should be careful of that. Let's put... So, every good course has to start with this. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit differently than how I usually do it, and I'm going to have the course spread out from the pipe in all 4 directions. So I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to take that. I mean, already it's looking like a pretty good course. Look at that. Beautiful. And then I'm going to take this. And this is where Toad is going to be. Right there. Perfect. Toad's there. Oh, I'm going to censor him a little bit more. There we go. So now that Toad is all good to go, let's move on to the next side. So I want to kind of keep the course in a way, so that way from my perspective I can easily access everything. So I should probably move Toad a little bit then. There we go. And from here, the best option would probably be to add the Lemmy boss part. So I'm going to have to move this. I like how easy it is to kind of move everything. You don't have to think too much when you do it. You just kind of take it apart and then put it back together. It's almost like how Legos are supposed to be played with. And now I'm going to take this lava tile and I'm going to place it there. And now I'm going to have to turn Lemmy back on. You know, very sorry about that, but it's what I have to do. I'm going to put the lava bubble there. I'm going to turn him to face Lemmy because I think it'll be funny when he sees that he is going to kill his master, and then put Lemmy there. Right, so now we have all the characters used. Now we just kind of have to put everything else together. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to the side there, and then add the end flag like that. So I should point out that the reason why I'm doing this is to make sure that the boss is pretty much the last thing that you do. Otherwise, why even bother going over it in the first place? I think I'll be okay if I keep it in frame like that. So this is kind of optional for people who have friends. I don't, but I'm going to put the gift box right there, just kind of to the side. Now we have all of this space up here, and I think it would be fitting to put this first, just because it makes a lot of sense. I also like how they didn't use a standard question block and they made this one fly. I very much appreciate it. They're doing new stuff with the blocks every wave, and I'm a big fan. The first wave, it was like encased in actual bricks, and now it's done like this, and I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's put that there. The teacup, I'm not going to do too much special with the teacup. I'm just kind of going to put it off to the side like this. Maybe if you're in 2-player, then you can go up and kind of explore that a little more. Oh, actually, never mind. It's going to be an essential part of the course now, because I forgot that I still have to put the swing in. I'm also running out of space on screen, so I'm going to move this in like that. Take this. Finally, the swing. I'm going to just do that. There we go. So this is pretty much a course that you can fully see, I think. Oh man, we've been going for 26 minutes. That's wild. Alright, there we go. This should be good now. Lemmy's moving a bit. Let's move that back. And now let's try this thingy out. Lego Peach time indeed. Alright, let's give her a go. Alright, so Peach has started. I have 60 seconds. Before we go talk to Toad, I scanned the block and I got 5 coins. Perfect. Now let's go and talk to Toad and get our 5 coins from there. Maybe we'll go back and say hi to him later if time permits. I got a coin from the question block. Let's hit it one more time as we go past. And I got a star. Not exactly what I would have wanted, but considering that I could get dizzy from the swing, you know what? I went up once. I'm happy with that. Let's do it just one more time. She did fall off. I don't know what is up with it, because earlier when I was kind of swinging to test it out, it was working just fine. So I'm going to leave the berry there and I'm going to come back for it. I'm looking for the extra time. Let's hit Lemmy off of the post. Now I'm really running out of time, so I kind of got to hurry up and give me some. There we go, 15 seconds. Perfect. Now we're going to kill Lemmy. 6 hits and down. Now we're going to go over and eat the berry, because otherwise we can't step across the lava to get to the end. Beautiful. Let's see how many coins we get. I don't know if it will focus enough to see. 36, not bad. I'm also noticing a glitch where if I scan this, sometimes Peach gets poisoned. Very odd. But that's it. And you know, I'm a fan of this starter course in particular, because it has a lot of unique elements going for it. There's not a lot of old and kind of reskin stuff. Like in the Luigi starter course, for example, there was another transportation object. Same thing with the Mario one, and I'm a little shocked that they didn't do it here as well, because now Mario can hop on his cloud and fly around, and Luigi can hop on his gear and fly around, and now Peach has nothing. So what's she gonna do? She's just gonna fall. Obviously, that's the next logical step. But I think overall, this is a pretty good set, and if you're into the Lego Mario system, it is obviously a must-buy for the electronic character alone. I think Peach is just better than the other two, not because I think she's a better character, but because she's just a lot nicer to hold. There's a nice little bit of weight. She's a little bit taller. And the hair kind of allows for this kind of thing. As you're hopping around, you can very easily like even turn her like this, and the hair doesn't get too much in the way. It kind of helps with that. Whereas when you're hopping around Mario, the ears are in the way, the hat. When you're hopping around with Luigi, the ears are still kind of in the way. So there is that going for it. Um, Obviously, working with all the sets right out of the box, at least all the original ones, not the ones that Peach herself has released with, as chances are those sets were not finished being designed at the time Peach was being developed. Same thing with Luigi, but since the previous sets were, it's not too hard to include that in the firmware. Um, there's a lot of cool builds. There is this swing, and while only one person can use it, it is pretty interesting. Um, of course, there is the box and the gift. And since like the main gimmick of this wave is the berry and the gift box, I think this is a nice little introduction to it. So with that said, if I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10 Lego blocks, I would give it 8 Lego blocks. There are some ways to improve it, of course. Nothing is ever perfect, except for Bowser's Airship. That thing is a beauty. But like there are some stuff that I would improve. Like I'll probably include maybe one more character. Um, but other than that, like I'm looking at it now, and I think I got what I paid for in terms of a starter course. I don't know if I would have put Lemmy in here as a boss, because now the starter courses are very inconsistent. We have Bowser Jr., Boom Boom, and a Koopaling. I would have put in Pom Pom and left it at that. That would have made a lot more sense in my eyes, because then you have Bowser Jr., who's the main Koopaling, and then Boom Boom, and then Pom Pom. Whereas now, when all these sets retire and it's just these 3 starter courses, you're just gonna have a Koopaling sticking out. The Toad, I think, is a very nice addition. Um, but other than that, like, there's not really much else. I hope this video style worked for you. I don't know if I'm gonna do this again. I'm not a huge fan. I wanted to keep the editing down, so I don't know. By the way, at the time of this video's release, I'm uploading this as soon as I finish it, so keep that in mind, I guess. Alright, so that said, I somehow gotta end this thing. I don't really know how I'm gonna do that. It's a whole other beast. 32 minutes, huh? If you were here the whole time, then you have like something going on, because that's just crazy. I have no idea how to end this. Oh wait, is that it?